Welcome to Aluminum Spork, where mysteries come to talk. From ancient cities underground to UFOs that float around. Giants of the past, prophetic signs that last, archaeological fights, and strange unexplained lights. Aluminum Spark, where truth and legends intertwine. From pyramids to guidestones blown, to secrets carved in ancient stone. We're diving deep into the unknown. Hancock's theories we explore, while Congress opens UFO doors. From Göbekli Tepe's rise to jellyfish in darkened skies, mound builders of old, stories left untold, hidden history's core. We're questioning it all. Aluminum Spark, your weekly dose of mystery. From ancient text to modern day, we'll light up truth's hidden way. Join us as we investigate, where conspiracy meets reality, and history holds its secrets tight. Aluminum Sport tonight.
Oh yeah. Our solo. Gregory worked hard on it. Not sure this song is long enough. I know, man. I know that. I bet you the majority of people that click on after, like, I don't know, the first minute probably are like, I'm out. But I probably should just do the stinger. But I freaking love that song. Maybe I'll end with that song and start with just a stinger, which is like 5 seconds, 11, maybe 10. I don't know. But welcome, everybody. It's Aluminum Spork. I am Scott. What's up, E. Clay? And Courtney's in the house. And thank you for asking, Courtney. I'm doing a little bit better. I got some ultrasound stuff coming up and tests, so it'll be fun. Whatever. We'll find out. Life is a journey. You just got to roll with it. But I haven't done an Aluminum Spork in a while. That's probably why some of my co-hosts aren't here. But that's okay. And I know Tina, Bad Takes Bojans, and Good Takes, their son graduated college. He's like a microbiologist, chemist, pharmacist, scientist of some sort. I hope he's like involved in nano like technology. Nanobites, what the hell? Anyways, congratulations, dude. I made it 3.5 years in college, and I think I might still be a freshman. So I'm glad you took advantage of it. But we are not here to go down my terrible decision making in I would say my first 30 some odd years. I am here to talk about some fun stuff tonight. So the Joe Rogan and Dr. Zahi. Make sure you get that right. Zahi Hawass. What an arrogant prick that guy is. And we're also I don't know anything about it. Haven't watched anything about this yet, but there's a connection between Mountain Dew and the Maui wildfires. Someone put that together. A little conspiracy theory, and you know how I feel about conspiracy theories. If you're on Rumble right now, it's categorized as conspiracy theory, because I think everything is pretty much. What up, Ginger? Hey, Sporking, give us the lowdown, bud. Oh, doctorate? I don't know. He's something. He's like maybe master's, might be. I don't think he's done his PhD yet. I think Tina, if You're probably partying. You should be listening to this at your party instead of maybe music or whatever, because come on. I'm, a couple of years late on my YouTube channel, whatever. But we'll find out for the next show. No, I mean doctored, like messing with the info. Who? What are you talking about, man? Everything's doctored. Come on. What's up, Zax? All right. Yeah, everything is doctored. No, I don't know about that, but what I do know is there's a correlation between Mountain Dew flavor releases and Maui wildfires, I think. I got an article, and I got some clips for the Joe Rogan one. So we'll probably take a look at that first because I always disliked the man. I won't use the word hate. That's seldom. I use that seldomly. I hold that for certain just terrible people that I've seen or know. Lily of the Fox Valley. Yeah, Tina put Scott on the big screen for everyone. Yeah, I know. Right? Come on. She should have 65-inch, something like that. It should be going on multiple things, or they should all be sitting there with their phones, for the next maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, and then get back. She's like, I think an hour behind me, so you can get back and party. Or she's just tanked right now, and poor Good Takes is taking care of her. But back to the show. We're going to take a look at some of the clips. I don't know if any of you watched or listened or watched on Spotify the Rogan Zahi Hawass podcast. I always know it's not going to be the greatest podcast when it's 2 hours and not like 2.5, 3. That's like a dead giveaway for me. Like, okay, Joe, either this person doesn't want to be on longer than 2 hours, or Joe had enough and he's ready to say goodbye. So we're going to take a look at that right now. Let me just get to that. There we go. All right, we're going to watch this one. I had a bunch of them, but like this guy, I think, does all the highlights of just how arrogant he is. This is Aaron Kessler. So if you want to follow Aaron, it's at Arrow Bomb ADIL. I'm going to follow you right now, man. There we go. All right, let's get back to the show. Okay, so we're gonna. It's this one right here.
On pyramids are wrong.
Most of it?
This is right off the rip. Listen,
I'll talk to you forever. I have so many questions. I'm very excited to meet you.
Most of the information that's written on pyramids are wrong.
Most of it?
Most of it.
In archaeology books?
In archaeology books.
Really?
Except me.
Are there photographs online?
Yes, in my book.
I can't pause it for some reason. That's
I
weird.
took Mr. Beast with me 2 months ago. I took him.
Took Mr. Beast, dude.
I am an Egyptologist
He's
working in Egypt for the last 57 years.
57
I am
years.
the only Egyptologist who have
Only.
an open mind.
Yeah.
Really?
That I reveal. I
You're the
always
only
What?
one?
yes. I never heard of this king.
All right, we're going back to it. It's just it won't stop, and I need it to stop. I don't know why it isn't. That's aggravating. This guy is so arrogant. All right, now I got it working. Here we go. This guy is beyond arrogant. I mean, first of all, he's saying all the stuff written from the Egyptians themselves isn't true. Not true. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like how arrogant you could be that just hear him say it again.
Most of the information
Most of
that's written on pyramids are wrong.
Now, I'm guessing now that I hear him say it again, he's talking about everybody else's writings. It's his writings that are correct. Are you guys getting that too? It's his writings he thinks are the most important. He's been doing it for 50 some odd years, right? 56. He thinks he knows everything. His arrogance is unbelievable when they talk about the King's List too. Like, I think he says he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's ridiculous.
Most of it?
Most of it.
In archaeology books?
In archaeology books.
Okay,
Really?
I missed that
Except
first.
me.
Are there photographs online? that we can
Yes,
see?
in my book.
Boy.
I took Mr. Beast with me
Mr.
2
Beast.
months ago. I
Dropping a
took him and I
name,
showed him. I am an Egyptologist.
100%, Zach. And it wasn't even like that was during the Arab Spring. So Egypt overthrows their president, who's been protecting this guy for decades. I don't know how he got back. Well, we all know politicians, no matter where they're from. I don't care if it's a village tribe. Politicians can be greasy, So he's been playing this game longer than probably the new politicians in Egypt or rulers, have been alive. So he weaseled his way back in because for a short period after the Arab Spring, and I got to get this Egyptologist's name. He was probably like in his 30s, good looking guy, very open minded, willing to talk about aliens, which I don't believe. I used to believe that the aliens helped build it. And there's evidence for it. Why else would certain chemicals be in certain different chambers if they weren't creating something in the Great Pyramid like energy? But it could have been a lost civilization that built it, when it was still a rainforest and they used it for, power. I don't know. But this guy trying to say he's open-minded, don't forget the time he was screaming at Graham Hancock, who now is this boy, I guess, but screaming at him that he will not debate him. The guy's just this guy makes car salesmen look classy, 100%. But yet his contacts have him still running the show in Egypt, 100%. Dude, do you know the name of the guy I'm talking about? It would have happened maybe a year to 3 years after the Arab Spring. This guy became like the head guy talking to everybody. I don't see him anymore. It's almost like this. I don't know. He looks like a mobster to me, took care of him or something. I don't know. But
working in Egypt for the last 57 years.
57.
I am the only Egyptologist
Only one
who have an
open-minded.
open mind.
Yeah.
Really?
That I
You're the
always
only
look.
one?
Yes.
Yeah. Always,
I never heard of this king list at all.
what? You're an Egyptologist, dude. Like, what? The King's List. That one blows my mind. Maybe I can find the King's List. Because it's a brilliant thing. Like, just look, it goes back like 34,000 years. The Egyptian king list refers to historical records that document the rulers of ancient Egypt, including their names and regions. Notable examples include Ibidos king list, the Turn Canon, okay. I'm trying to find the list that is in question. Because you go anywhere and they're going to show you like from the start of the old kingdom. And that's what pisses me off. Here, let's make sure 34,000 years. Do that. The claim, this is the assistant on Google right now, guys. The claim of Egyptian kings ruling for 34,000 years is not supported by historical evidence. It's a list that's really old. That's historical evidence. And we just assume they're wrong. Oh, that's just mythology. That's just mythology. Don't worry about it. Don't keep an eye on that. Alex, man, how are you? Good to see you. Toriyama, or yeah. The longest established periods of the rule in Egypt span several millennia, but they don't even come close to that list. That's why you can't go to Wiki. You go to Wiki, it's going to tell you that. I need to find like somebody who actually. This is when I need Tina or somebody else. But you got like your first Den seal impression found on a cylinder. First dynasty king from Namir to Den by their Horus names. You know, but that's first dynasty. I want to go back to 34,000 years. Not this BS. And they do the unknown parts, like the older versions of these of the kings. They just say unknown. We don't know his time. We don't know his period. No one lived that long. Blah blah blah. It's aggravating.
Never?
Never.
You never even heard of it?
Why I have to hear about it? Because it's not true. I don't want to waste my time in things like this. Again,
Do you know?
Like, are you serious? Waste his time on an ancient Egyptian list that states their pharaohs go back 34 years and like, or 34,000 years. And like, if you look at their times, they line up to major events, cataclysms, thawing of the ice age, last ice age, like just interesting stuff. And this guy is just he knows too much. He's too arrogant. He knows it all. So why are we even bow down to thee?
Again, I'm not a scientist.
Right. So why are you
I
dismissing
gave-
it though? So you don't believe in ancient civilizations capable
No.
of advanced
But
construction.
Joe,
You don't believe
Joe,
in aliens.
Joe, I
You
am
don't believe in carbon dating.
I am
He
a
is a
scientist.
scientist. So I'm not a scientist, but I am a scientist. This guy doesn't even follow his own BS. He's getting too old.
Oh.
If you believe in something, write an article, but don't give me a theory.
But the
bu-
theory
bu- bu-
of
bu- bu- bu-
planets, but if you
uh,
believe in magic,
Isn't every paper they write a theory in archaeology? Like he's talking, he knew the exact amount of like cattle and goats they sacrificed every day. How do you know that? Because you counted up the bones and then divided by a couple thousand years. Like it makes no sense. This guy is just too much.
I do, of course.
you do believe in magic.
Yeah.
So you believe that someone could take someone's head off, put it back
This
on.
it's written.
Okay, then it must be true.
Yeah.
What do you think
Oh.
magic is?
Magic is magic.
What do you mean?
Magic is?
Well, how does it work?
I have no idea.
This void above the Grand Gallery,
The size of 2 trucks.
what do you think that is?
I have no idea, and I can show you the footage in my. If
Do you have the
If-
footage
if-
here?
if you can come to
Yeah.
my lecture
Yeah.
Oh, come
in
on, man.
Houston,
Well, what about right here, right now?
Yeah, he keeps trying to get him to go to his Austin show that, or speaking engagement Hawass has. He wants Joe to announce him. Like he doesn't even do this off air. And Joe's like, I can't, I'm busy. If you told me ahead of time, I would have. But this guy is just so arrogant. WTF, this guy puts the con and con artist. That's what it feels like. I know I sacrifice bad animes every day. Yeah, that's true. That's good. That's a good one. All right, dude. Everyone message right now on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, Stephen Walton, be like, why don't you come on Scott's show anymore? It's nothing. It's just I like to mess with him and get in his head. And then he'll start texting me and I won't answer for like a day. Won't really mess with him. You know who I'm talking about, right? His name's Stephen Walton. This guy. Yeah, he has a thing for trees. Anyways,
I can send it to you
Where's your computer?
in Las Vegas.
Oh, well,
and yeah, it's in Las Vegas.
But I can send it to you before
yeah,
you
but I want to show it on the show.
show it in the show. I can
Like
send it
this
to you
show.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you can send it tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, we'll splice it in, folks. Isn't there a
I
water
don't think they
table
did, though.
under the pyramid that's like 1,000,000 years old?
No,
There's not water underneath there.
no. This
What?
is the Osiris shaft that was full of water.
So is that what Mr. Beast was swimming in?
Exactly.
But where's that water coming from?
It's a water table.
Oh, there is a water table.
So
This
there is a
when,
water table.
Beast entered inside
Right.
and
Swam in it.
swimming. I will tell you.
He'll
You will tell me how it was built.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, there's, I can't listen to this version of him right now because it's going to drive me nuts. We'll come maybe back to that towards the end because we only got 2 minutes in. There's other ones I had that I wanted to show you guys because there are some. This guy's just, I can't even explain. Here we go. We're getting back to it. I haven't done a show by myself in a while. I kind of like it sometimes. Me, you. Hey, Jane. I would have you on, Jane. You wanted to come. Hawaii is nuts. Oh, Hawass. Hawass. Oh my God, I said Hawaii. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, he is nuts. All right, here's one.
Today.
Yes, today, like yesterday, the
Right.
same workman. Okay.
Right, but
No, Joe,
we're
Joe,
dealing with a
listen,
different time, correct? Like if they're doing it today,
if
they
you-
have access to
He just
modern
keeps trying
if
to
you
cut him
don't-
off.
No,
They don't?
no, it's everything based on the idea of the national project. They want to make this for the
I
king.
understand the
Okay,
national
now-
project,
now-
but what I
no,
don't
Joe, no,
understand is
if-
the physics involved
Okay,
in moving
If you don't,
80-ton
if-
blocks.
He just won't. He doesn't listen. He just talks. Like it's so bad. He just keeps going and going and going, trying to interrupt Joe. And you know, even when he's quiet, you could see he's just thinking about himself. It's messed up. And Ginger, before you asked about, I didn't hear about the whistleblower, so I didn't realize there was some new stuff on that. I would have covered that tonight, and maybe we will. You know, the Mountain Dew one is crazy though, so I wanted to definitely cover that. Yeah, it was so hard. It was so hard. I didn't make it all the way through. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I skipped a bit. He's so impossible to listen to. Like he's the one that knows that how it was built. That's it. He knows. You know, there was a harbor and a canal. You know, how old is it? He doesn't really say how they figured that out. He throws out like any of that Italian data they got because he knows better.
blocks
Okay.
500 miles through the mountains.
if you don't believe on this,
It's not that I don't believe.
I want
just
to
want to know.
inside this
Hold
block,
on.
inside.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's not that I don't believe. I want you to explain to me how you think they did it.
I explained to you
From
How-
500 miles away,
From-
50 to 80 ton
Okay.
blocks.
this
Over
comes
mountains.
through the Nile. You can bring all the stones.
Right. But
we
the
have-
quarries
we
were in
have-
the mountains, right?
No, the quarries, the granite quarries in Aswan, and we have cutting of the obelisks and cutting of the stones
Right.
and cut of everything in the site. And they brought in when the flood comes in July, they bring
Which one?
boats through the flood. They bring us out of the stones to Giza
So
Plateau.
they planned things for the floods, and then they would figure out some sort of a raft system to get them on and then move them that way.
Yeah,
Now,
that's true, but
if-
he's saying he knows how it's done. That's why, like, I would want to know that too. If you're telling me it wasn't done using some ancient technology we don't understand, how did they do it? Is there evidence of them sliding it over a certain point? Because if you were doing that for like 30 years, about they say it was done in like 20, but if they were doing that only took 20 years, it would still be evidence of that you can find using LiDAR and other things. So I always wonder, but you are right. Like I wish he had on not just him, but like a physicist, etymologist, anthropologist, historians, for when he does that King's List bullshit, like at least a historian could say, well, this is, this was found then, and it is, it goes back to the most recent dynasty, but it writes about their ancient dynasty. I wish, but it's usually a one-on-one.
we now do not believe that this cannot be moved by human being. Okay.
What?
But on the other side, what I can tell you, inside above these blocks, written the names of the gangs who built the pyramid above the king's chamber.
Or it's graffiti. There is a part he starts talking about, there's written proof, which I'm sorry, if there was written proof that said exactly how they wrote it, or built it in writing, which he says he has, and he starts reading it, that he published like 3 years ago. I don't know why we haven't heard it, but all I heard in that definite was that they were bringing the casing stones. Now, many of us that believe that this is much older than 4,000 years old, 3,500, something like that. We believe that the Egyptians restorated it because it fell in, like it looks now, in disrepair, and they restored it, whatever you want to say, to have the casing stones, that because the casing stones are so much younger. And I don't know how they prove rock is younger, but casing stones they did have were definitely not, they didn't have the watermarks on them, the sea fossils on them, stuff like that. So the casing stones may have been, and there is writing that they restored it, you know, and the Sphinx, you know, there's a pharaoh that says he found it up to its neck in sand and communed with it, that if he restored it, his dynasty would last for 1,000 years. So there is a pharaoh that says he dug out the Sphinx, you know, and then cut the head a little too small to make him look like him. Kind of nuts. Liam, what's up, dude? Do you think this guy was born full of shit, or does he choose to be like this? I think he chooses. I want to believe he looked exactly the same, but was like short little kid with like a jacket on with little shorts and high socks, and his parents were really sweet, but he was a little bit of a prick, and it just gained and gained. And then he got famous. You know, he was like dorky Egyptologist, and then he found his first big break, and he got famous. And then over in Egypt, he's like a rock star, so he thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that's how he became full of shit. Kronos, Sporka Lorca, everyone. Yes, there are written records because there were worker strikes that they talk about. Yeah, there's a lot they talk about. I mean, everyone always thought there were slaves that built it. It was a national project to restore it. I believe that. Because building that pyramid in 20 years, I could see them maybe resurfacing the outside in 20 years. Even that was crazy how fast that must have happened. But building that pyramid in 20 years, nah, sorry. What up, Soul? Yes, Hawass chooses it. Hawass says it is written. I heard Rob Liefeld was the artist responsible for this design. He's not that beloved in Egypt. A lot of people, they hate him. I mean, I don't know if you were on when I was talking about it, but like after the Arab Spring, he was out for, you know, selling stuff on the black market, just being an all around douche, because he was protected for decades by their dictator, president. And there was a younger guy in his 30s for like about a year to like 4 years after the Arab Spring that was like the head of Egyptology, and he was so open-minded, and he was willing to debate people, and he was willing to hear people's evidence. And Hawass greased enough palms of politicians because he's been playing the game forever and got back in, and I haven't seen that dude in a while. He is the Steven Seagal of Egypt. Yep. I like that. Right, but American TV made him famous. Yes, documentaries and shit like that really did. You're absolutely right. It sucks.
Few years ago, a major discovery happened for the first time. It is the first time that we have written evidence about building the pyramid of
This is
Kufu.
what I was just
When
talking
did this
about.
happen?
3 years ago.
Really?
It's called the Wadi El Jarf papyri.
Papyri.
Do you want to know what's in this papyri?
No,
I do.
This papyri
does.
was found in Sinai,
I'm sorry.
in a port belongs to Khufu. And inside this port, there was caves. And inside the caves found remains of boat and this big papyri. It's large, huge.
There it is.
That's it, exactly.
There it is.
Okay?
And what does this say?
Now,
First of all, how old is that?
4,600 years
That's
ago.
definitely a thing.
And
You
listen,
did find writing.
in this,
4,600. So papyrus was made with animal skin, correct?
no, papyrus
No?
was
Come on,
of
Joe.
papyrus, from the papyri.
Right. What is?
The papyri is just like leaves.
Okay.
Now, but listen to the papyri. It is a
Listen
diary.
to it.
of an overseer of the workmen. His name is Mirror, Merer. Okay?
Okay.
Mirror is saying, I am Sahaj in hieroglyphic, means inspector. Under me, working 40 workmen.
40 workmen.
I was hired by Khufu to work in his pyramid.
The Pharaoh hired him himself. I wish he went into it a little bit more. I thought that went longer.
Idea of aliens existing. There's hundreds of billions.
Yeah,
I'm
Zahi
not
Hawass laughs
opposed to
at
the idea
this.
of aliens existing.
Like,
There's
you gotta be
hundreds of
arrogant to not
billions of
believe that.
galaxies in the known universe, each with hundreds of billions of stars. The idea that we're uniquely alone. You don't think there's anything out there?
Yeah, okay. I'll
Nothing.
give you that.
So you don't believe in ancient civilizations capable
No.
of advanced
But
construction.
Joe,
You don't believe in
Joe,
aliens.
Joe,
You don't believe in
I
He believes in magic.
I am a scientist.
Oh,
If you believe in something, write an article.
I
Then I
understand.
can read. But don't give me a
Yeah. Oh, I hate this.
theory.
But the
Bu- bu-
theory
bu- bu-
of
bu- bu- bu-
planets containing intelligent life.
What is one of their papers? It's a theory. It's published, but it's a theory. And those people are gatekeepers. You know, you put a paper out there that goes against the norm, and big archaeology, big academia, they put pressure on those websites or, you know, publications to take it down. Like, they boycott. And it's just a closed-minded group of people that you have to have a certain number of letters after your last name or before it to be able to publish. And that's why a lot of theories don't get there. But even when research is done by a professional and he goes against it, they don't want to hear it.
Life
No,
is
no, that's not true. I have been debating Graham Hancock and Robert Buffett
What up,
and John
Joe?
Anthony West, and I told them from the beginning, your
Hey, yeah.
theory will go with the wind.
right, but we're not talking about that theory. We're talking about aliens being possible.
No way.
No aliens,
No
just
way.
us.
This is
only
the
us in the
national
whole
project.
universe.
If you believe in
Us in the
God,
whole universe,
if
only
you,
us.
if you believe in God, you
What?
will do miracles. The Egyptian
Okay.
believed in the afterlife, and they made this great civilization.
I'm not saying
It
aliens
is a
made
great
it. I'm saying
civilization.
it's very possible there's something else out there in the
Okay.
world.
Yeah, that's how he ends it. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. I
Thank
should
you.
have.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
he
goodbye.
Zahi Hawass ends it. Or he at least says thank you. And Joe's like, yeah, I'm out. Like I was saying before, you know, it's not going to be the greatest Joe Rogan when it's 2 hours. If it's like 2.5 plus, you're in on for something good. This was a funny interview. Hawass goes back and forth like crazy. Yeah, he doesn't believe in the Egyptian king's list. That's so nuts. No, he's not an expert. He just asked, "Do you believe it could be?" So you know. Which one's this?
With the word Jaim.
Is this written?
Seen workmen dragging a capstone with
That's
the word
stone.
Jaim.
That's
Is this
the
written
papyrus.
in limestone blocks? Is that what you're saying?
Oh.
No, it show the workmen dragging a stone
Shows it where?
in the stone that they discovered.
So it's carved
He
into the
discovered.
stone.
Exactly. And the
Okay.
word Jaim in hieroglyphic above that.
Where's that at?
It's an Abu Sir. I
No,
found
but
it.
are there photographs online? that we can
Yes,
see?
in my book. I don't.
Boy.
And he
I don't.
keeps
I don't
going
go
back to his
online.
book
Why I have to go
all the
online?
time.
I go to my book.
And it is Joe. Like, the one thing I can defend this guy on, he's old, and Joe keeps saying, "Is it online?" Like, there is like a certain cutoff past like Gen X where people aren't always online. Like, they might do Facebook and stuff, but they're not publishing their photos. They may have people that work for him to do it, and he just doesn't even know. But that's why he keeps saying, "But it's in my book." You know, because he still thinks in his head, probably like, "You buy my book, just buy my book," and people are just gonna find it online somewhere.
No, I understand, but for everybody else that
I
doesn't
think
have
you
immediate
should-
access to
You
your
should
book.
really. Did you find them online?
Very-
It's called the Abu Sir blocks. Abu Sir, A, B as in boy.
How
O,
do you think they got the
Kronos, you're absolutely right. If finding bacteria on Mars frightens them. That is such a good way of putting it too. Um, he came out like hours after the Italians published their research and the lidar from 2 independent companies they used underground. And some people are against it. Some people say it's fraud. Whatever. It's data. And he came out. It's BS. This is not real. None of this is happening. You know, and it's just stupid. Yeah, what he believes, but I understand that. But he's just asking if aliens exist. It's just a question. I see where you're coming from, though, Jane. My bad, former minister. That's why, honestly, why I'm over most social media. It's just people say things with no base knowledge of anything. Very true. Very true. And they say it with gumption. That's the thing that bothers me. Not willing to be like, okay, I might be wrong. Because I know I might be wrong about a lot of things. Most things in life. He didn't bring a copy of his book. That's true. He doesn't know about research, but like online, definitely not. With gumption, indeed. Thank you, Jane.
The stones from the king's chamber, 500 miles away, and put them 120 feet up in the ceiling.
I told you, if you come today and see how the workmen
Just come.
move 20 tons of granite, you will understand.
Workers today.
Yes, today, like yesterday, the
Right.
same workmen. Okay.
Right, but
No, Joe,
we're
Joe,
dealing with a
listen,
different time,
listen.
correct?
If
If they're
doing
doing
it
it
rope-
today,
if
they
you-
have access to
That's the part I just can't take.
modern machinery.
if you don't,
right?
no,
They don't.
it's everything based on the idea of the national project. They want to make this for the king.
I understand the
Okay,
national
now-
project,
now-
but what I
no,
don't
Joe, no,
understand is
if-
the physics involved
Okay,
in moving
If you don't,
80-ton
if-
All
block.
right, we already listened to that one. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just how he won't let him talk, dude. But yeah, that's Zawass. I don't even know how I feel about it. I'm glad he had him on. People are coming after Joe now because he said he was the worst podcast he'd ever done. Joe, I watched I think it was the Aaron Rodgers episode where he said that was the worst like he's done. It's the worst podcast I have done. So Rogan's not the type to destroy. Well, yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that. See, maybe I'm wrong, but I think people are misinterpreting what he's saying. Yeah, you're right on that. Ask a you know, I'm trying. He doesn't know the physics, so ask. I want to keep saying physician. Oh my god, I can't read or write, and I can't talk half the time. But we're gonna move on. So, what we're gonna discuss, unless you guys have more stuff, because I love that we're just me, you in the chat, me, you in the chat. Yeah, me, you in the chat. Oh, I could do this too. Look at that, guys. If someone types something, it'll be there. He advocates the oldest theories on how the pyramids were built. Ramps, yeah, and levers. The theory everyone else thinks is impossible. Yes. Yeah, even though they found like a ramp coming from like an ancient harbor, that could have been for anything. It didn't like go right up, and he's very stuck in his ways because he has discovered a lot of stuff in Egypt. Like you can't go against that with him. I mean, the man has done a lot of work in Egypt, but he is from the old school. He worked very hard for 56 years, he said. But you know, another thing I can't stand is every time he said, I discovered, I did this, not we, you know, not everybody that helped, just I discovered. It is my discovery. It's like, you're just the top name on the freaking bill, bro. Yeah, it's going to be bad. You're right. He's stolen more than he's discovered. That is 100%. Uh, got kicked out for that stuff and weaseled his way back in. So he must have had some good Egyptian gold he gave somebody. Yeah, very egotistical. It's hard for me to watch that guy. But we're gonna do. All right, we'll listen to this real quick. Oh man, I think I lost it. Nope, here it is. We're gonna listen to this guy real quick. It's a short, and then read a quick article about it, maybe. Here we go. Nope. Yeah. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing this. All right, forget it. I am so sorry. Wow, how lame am I? Um, you know what? Maybe we won't even do that. I want to read this instead. So that was so dumb of a video. I'm so glad you guys didn't see it. And I just sat there silent, quietly. Oh man, boomer. All right. Daily Mail. I usually have like Mad or Tina here going, Scott, we don't see anything on screen. You know, I'm still getting, even though it's been like a year and a half, I'm still getting used to two monitors, guys, coming up in the world. But yeah, so a wild conspiracy theory has emerged from the depths of the internet, claiming that new Mountain Dew flavors have foretold deadly disasters across the US. The unusual claim comes from content creator Maverick Bailey, or Maverick at Maverick Approach on Instagram, uh, who is known for his unconventional takes. I'm gonna have to follow this guy and beliefs. Believes major events have strangely coincide with launch of certain Mountain Dew flavors. Okay, so what he's saying is Mountain Dew launches a new flavor, boom, something weird happens. Not weird, something terrible. Oh, Jane, thank you, buddy. That means a lot to me. Jane Theory gifts one Sporky News podcast membership, and it goes to the lovely Sherry. I don't know if she's still here, but thank you. Thank you to Jane, and welcome aboard, Sherry. Please do. And can I report on it? Come on. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, I'm reading all this stuff. Can I just say something crazy? I haven't watched wrestling in over 30, probably I'm 49, so like at least I would say like 35 years. Like WWE wrestling, WWF. It was when I was a kid. But I was going through my Twitter and I realized I'm like, oh, I follow Sergeant Slaughter. And I just went to, and he follows me back. He probably follows everybody back, but he follows me. So I put something out there, and who responds? Sergeant Slaughter himself. It is not someone who works for him. It was the man himself. And it was like a little avatar of himself. It was really cool. And I'll show it to you if you want me to show you. Oh, wow. Powerful JRL started following me. I'll follow you back, dude. Thank you for doing that. Let's see. Yeah. So I'll show you guys that later. Sorry. I'm everywhere. Okay. So it seems like every time they make a big push with a new flavor, it correlates with a certain event, Bailey said during a recent interview. He points out that Spangled Splash was released in 2024. Who wrote that? Francis Scott Key, shortly before the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Boom, confirmed. All right. Its patriotic name eerily echoes the national symbolism of the event. Similarly, hit shelves just 3 months before 9/11, with theorists drawing a connection between the flavor name and the emergency alert status that followed the. Am I not seeing a part of this? Because I know it's Code Red was the flavor, and then 9/11 happened 3 months later. And we were in a Code Red emergency status following that attack. Confirmed. Okay. Bailey also connected other flavors to the Maui wildfire that crippled millions of Windows devices last year. Wait a minute, Maui fires and the global CrowdStrike blackout that crippled millions of Windows. I didn't know about that. Now he's sounding the alarm over Mountain Dew's upcoming flavor, Baja Midnight, set to launch this summer. The new flavor could be referring to the witching hour, which is 12 p.m. or a.m. I thought the witching hour is 3 a.m. Anyways, Bailey shares. My guess is that we are going to see something very weird on the paranormal level, or something is going to make us question everything. He added that it could even signal a devastating cyber blackout. What's the new flavor? Maybe I'll shrink this one and see if I'm missing anything here. No. Okay. The new flavor, Baja Midnight. Isn't there like a Baja, California? Why couldn't it be something happens there? All right, I think that's enough. But yeah, Mountain Dew comments Bailey's video discussing the wild theory. Keep your voice down. Bailey shared his latest update on the Maverick files, where he outlines connections he's drawn between Mountain Dew flavors and major disasters. So here it is. He points Code Red that launched in May of 2001, just months before 9/11, Code Red emergency. In 2019, Mountain Dew introduced Maui Burst, a pineapple flavored soda. It foreshadowed the 2023 fires that devastated Maui. And then we talked about the other one. So let's just say, confirm, people. It's a definite conspiracy. I like conspiracies. So confirmed conspiracy. Is it a little, I don't know. CrowdStrike was just a bad window update. Simple fix. Okay, that's kind of what it sounded like. Yeah, maybe blackouts in Baja California, or some disaster in Baja. Yeah, I am a friend with a wrestler now, and he's a legend. Sergeant Slaughter, one of the greatest Americans of all time. Thank you. Cyber blackout, yes, please. It could take down Twitter. Yeah. Mountain Dew is the new Simpsons. It could be. It could be. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring up that conspiracy because it is a little nuts that those connect with, like, at least you can, I mean, I know any conspiracy you can make it connect to something, but it is a little weird. I could say that. I don't know. Any of you guys scared of Mountain Dew? Should be now. Just want you to know that. You should be scared of Mountain Dew. Where was it? That's it. Regulate concentration. All right. I'm just looking up this Immaculate Constellation whistleblower. I'm going to have to check out what a couple of the people that I follow when it comes to aliens on this one. So let me see. But we will go with, let's see what news we have here. Bro Bible. That sounds like a credible place. How release of Pentagon's secret UFO program could be a game changer. Immaculate Constellation program. All right, we'll go with this one first from Bro Bible. That sounds like a credible place. I don't know about you. Yeah, Soul is a great mod. That is 100% throwing up merch that Biggles buys, and many other things. Even though that's stream elements I'm showing because that's such a dick. But he says, hail to people and stuff like that, like Zax. Anyways, whistleblower leaks alleged images from secret Pentagon UFO program, Immaculate Constellation. Now, this kind of was talked about, I think, maybe the beginning of this year, end of last year, we talked about it before. But this is something that's new here. Whistleblowers have claimed there is a secret Pentagon UFO data retrieval program, codename Immaculate Constellation. The program supposedly is used to detect and quarantine the military's best UFO imagery, videos, eyewitness testimonies, and electronic sensor evidence. Now, this is a good theory because we know they had Operation Mockingbird, where they infiltrated all the media in the 70s, 80s, into the 90s, probably still happening today with CIA agents. Propaganda has always, it was a balloon, not a UFO, even though they reported it was a UFO the day before, but whatever. This program has supposedly been hidden from a congressional oversight since 2017. The whistleblower claims Immaculate Constellation is what is known, according to government sources, as an unacknowledged special access program, or a USAP. Naturally, a Pentagon spokesperson denied the existence of the program. Really, though, what else could they have said about a government program that the whistleblowers claim is above top secret? Right. Come on. You're amazing, Soul. This week, more fuel was added to the conspiratorial fire when an email containing UFO images alleged from the U.S. military were leaked online by an anonymous source. Where are these images? Are these the images? Because if it's the freaking orb, I am down with that. I have seen enough of orbs, like where people are like, "Oh, I could totally explain how that dropped right in front of a airplane, hovering off the ground by like an inch or two, that was on the runway, and then shoot, 10,000 feet in the air and in seconds, and they have pictures of it, but it's totally nothing real." Okay, so this person has asked me to redact their email address, although I can tell you that there is nothing identifiable in it. Since Nathan Latavatis of YouTube channel Strange Mysteries, why can't any whistleblowers send me shit? I should check my email, though. I never do that. Sporkin, no G, news podcast at Gmail. So let's see. This was, I guess, what they got. The black and white image shows ornately spiked cruciform UFO, boomerang shaped flying wings, a floating hot cube, traditional flying saucers, and several others. The screen grabs are said to be from, okay, where is this? Show me. Is this one of them? I'm guessing. Do I have to go to this guy's YouTube channel? So this is what the person I must have wrote to him. All right. So he was the first to show the images. I'll have to look up these damn images. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, observed demonstrated capabilities far beyond conventional aerospace benchmarks. The whistleblower wrote about the photographs that were allegedly taken at sensitive military locations. Shape shifting has been observed, possibly due to advanced cloaking or optical refraction, referring to as morphogenic behavior, allowing for adaptation to environment or missions. He also addresses imagery authenticity. Many traditional media outlets would require verification of my identity and credentials. He wrote, "This is not feasible due to the risk involved. Those news media organizations, despite their best intentions, are not equipped to handle the level of secrecy and potential retaliation associated with this information. I was part of one of the legacy programs. I know that's vague, but unfortunately, that's all I can offer at this point." Yeah, we'll take the guy's word for it. Why not? Journalist Michael Schellenberger, founder of Website Public, was one of the witnesses to testify at Congress. Yeah. What the American people need to know is that the U.S. military intelligence community are sitting on huge amounts of visual and other information, still photos, videos, photos, other sensitive sensor information they have for very long, Schellenberger said, and is not those fuzzy photos and videos that we've been given. They're very clear, high resolution. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, this guy does like 100 updates on it from Strange. Okay. Oh, he has 1.96 million. I guess that's why he went to him. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right. That is interesting, though. Let's go to this guy's page. Boom. Let's see what he's got. I'm already subscribed. I didn't even realize that. I probably watch it all the time and didn't even know. All right. So here are some of the updates. So let's take a look at a couple of these shorts. Update 6. I received a creepy email with leaked footage. Oh, these aren't shorts. What am I talking about? Oh, man, why don't you have these? Creepy email. Okay. Received creepy email.
So I received a bit of a weird email about an hour ago from someone claiming to have some sort of access to the inner workings of Immaculate Constellation. They wanted what they shared with me to be shared on this channel. So I'm just going to read the email that they sent to me. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, you guys tell me. And then share with you what they sent me, which I'm not sure how to interpret. Anyways, let's just go through this. Okay, the title of the email is Confidential IR Picture Set of UAPs from the Legacy Program. So I received a bit of a weird email.
They could play me.
So
Right.
I received a bit of a weird email
Is
about
this the
an
same
hour
exact
ago
one?
from someone claiming to have
dude.
some sort of access to the inner workings of Immaculate Constellation. They wanted what they shared with me to be shared on this channel. So I'm just going to read the email that they sent to me. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, you guys tell me. And then share with you what they sent me, which I'm not sure how to interpret. Anyways, let's just go through this. Okay, the title of the email is
Damn it.
Confidential IR Picture Set of UAP.
Okay.
So I
do this.
received
Yep, we heard
bit
you
of a weird
already.
email. Someone claiming to have some sort of access to the inner workings of I guess Immaculate Constellation. They wanted what they shared with me to be shared on this channel.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read the
And
email
my
that they
channel
sent to
too.
me, which is I don't know what to think of it. I mean, you guys tell me. And then share with you what they sent me, which I'm not sure how to interpret.
Respectable. Don't know how I interpret it. Is this BS? Is it not? I mean, the guy doesn't give him a lot of info, so it's hard, but I can understand if you're saying you're above top. I don't know if you guys realize how hard even top secret is. Like secret, not so hard. Top secret, much harder.
Anyways, let's just go through this. Okay, the title of the email is Confidential IR Picture Set of UAPs from the Legacy Program. Please read carefully.
Got me there. I'm with them now.
This person has asked me to redact their email address, although I can tell you that there's nothing really identifiable in it. I hope this message finds you well. I am reaching out with information that has been classified and intentionally withheld from the public regarding unidentified aerial phenomenon and the
Very true.
ongoing covert operations surrounding them. My decision to reach out to you has not been made lightly, and I am fully aware of the risks involved. I initially considered
I mean, okay. One thing about the email. If you are emailing this, where are you emailing from? Because, like, the government will find IP addresses. If you think you could do like Telegram or something like that, and they're not cracking into it over something like this, you're crazy. So I don't know. I don't know if these are brand new photos we have never seen. I'm hoping, but that's one thing that, like, an email. If you're stating how dangerous this is, an email's tough because it's easy. They pretend like they can't crack into things like an iPhone. We can't do it. Okay.
other individuals to share this information with, including another creator who expressed interest but was unable to commit due to other obligations. However, given the sensitive nature of this material and the extreme precautions necessary to protect my identity, I believe you are the best suited to handle this information responsibly.
Oh, he's a fan.
Am I?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. But many traditional media outlets would require verification of
Very
my
true.
identity and credentials. This
Putting
is
them out
not
there.
feasible due to the risks involved. These
Yeah.
organizations, despite their best intentions, are not equipped to handle the level of secrecy and potential retaliation associated with this information.
Very true. I mean, if you think about that, like, the legacy media, maybe the last one that they probably kept under wraps was like Deep Throat, back in the 70s. Shut up, Zax and Ginger. But nowadays, like, they don't even get multiple verifications. They throw it out there. They probably will not be very safe with this person's identification and information. Depending on which news agency, they might just hand it to the government. Certain, I don't care, Republican or Democrat, to get good favor. So the whistleblowers haven't been treated the way they should be. So yeah, I can understand the fear of that.
I guess I am. Anyways, however,
Wait a minute. Did you see the new nuke they said they made, the upgrade? It's like 324 kilotons or something like that.
I will tell you that I was part of one of the legacy programs overseen by a parent program. I know that's vague, but unfortunately, that's all I can offer at this point. I can't say what program or what was the name of this program, right?
Right.
Well, it was called the Immaculate Constellation Program that you are familiar with now. I wonder if they meant to say, I couldn't say what program, because that doesn't make sense.
No, I can't. Yeah, I know. I can't say what program or what was the name of this program, right? Question mark. Well, it was called, and then it goes, so something was weird with that writing. Wouldn't you think you would proofread this shit like 300 times before you hit send?
The images I'm providing here have been carefully anonymized. Yeah, and they've been really hardcore redacted, with which I'll share with you guys in a second. I've ensured that they have been made accessible to hundreds of people within the system. This way, my identity is shielded, making it far less likely that I can be traced as the source of this leak.
Uh-huh.
These images, captured through various ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance.
Doesn't it just look like Gmail to you, though? Like, up in the corner here, it's Gmail. I don't know. The idea, I don't know. I just want to see this.
Since collection methods show clear evidence of what has been termed orbs and motherships,
Orbs, dude.
different shapes operating at various sites of extreme sensitivity. Among the locations featured are nuclear deterrent bases.
Mhm.
These
We know
objects
this.
are clearly surveilling these sites, sometimes with close proximity.
Sometimes turning our nukes on and shutting them off, just to show that they can, or testing to make sure they can or can't, that we don't know. But they definitely can or can't, allegedly.
While I am not prepared to discuss the incidents associated with these images further, it's important for you to understand that these files are not available online. I urge you to use any method at your disposal, reverse image searches, analysis by your community, or whatever you need to do to validate these materials and convey their authenticity to your audience. Actually, I haven't done that yet. I haven't reverse image searched these. So if anyone wants to do that for me,
That's a good idea.
or maybe I'll do that later or something.
And I do like that the guy is saying these are authentic. They're not online right now. These are going to be the first time anyone sees them. Now, did he take known ones and edit them? We don't know. Hopefully someone's doing that research right now. I'd like to see, though, what we got.
That'd be cool. Because if they weren't found online, that's kind of special. My responsibility here is to ensure the truth is brought to light. How you choose to proceed is up to you, but I hope the evidence I provided will speak for itself. Kindly keep my email confidential when sharing this with your audience. I may have more to share with you in the future.
I like the little teaser, little after credit teaser. Like, hey man, P.S. I got more.
That's really what I care about. I want to see the HD footage. I want to see really good. I want to see good footage. Okay, and
same here. I want to see the good footage. So let's get to the footage because that's the most important to me. I guess he's been going back and forth with this dude.
Also see if they're anywhere else on the internet. What I can share for now is that some of these images were taken at critical.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back a little bit.
Do you happen to have any of the original images with metadata intact? Also, do you happen to have any video? Metadata can be spoofed, but also, do you happen to have any videos or other information about these photos? I have the original images in digital format, but I cannot provide them directly to avoid any possibility of tracing. For this reason, I chose to send them in this scanned format. Please note that these images do not represent the best quality of what I have.
Of course.
This is merely a fraction akin to the last puff of a cigarette. Well, I don't know. I hope if this guy is legit, and he has access to some really crazy stuff, that'd be really cool. And then he's like, once you've reviewed and taken action with this PDF, I will send additional material. I hope that's videos. I like videos.
Yeah.
I like HD videos that are color.
Yeah, and not wobbly.
And I can also see if they're anywhere else on the internet. What I can share for now is that some of these images were taken at critical locations, including our nuclear deterrent bases. These objects are clearly surveilling.
Yeah,
I can't say that word.
Like me.
These sites, sometimes from very close proximity, which we believe may be in preparation for something more significant. And then I'm like, well, if I can share your email, then, or not your email, but the email that you sent me, that'll probably be at least better than if I just share these images. He's like, yeah, maybe I'll have more stuff for you. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't download the PDF because there could be viruses or something in it.
Yep.
I did use an alternative method because I don't know who this person is, and apparently they don't want anyone to know who they are. But anyways, this is the name of the document that he sent me.
All right, let's see it.
NRO, Immaculate Constellation, UAP, IRCAM, Picture Set Research Station, NA. I assume that means North America. 4003.pdf. And then this is the PDF of the images.
All right, it's his. That's all fuzzy sounding. I thought that was my mic for a second. I'm like, damn, this guy has how many? He has 1 point something billion, and his shit is whatever. What am I doing wrong?
There's 14 pages. These are all images.
What is that? That is an insane looking. It's like a starfish. The starfish spaceship.
I don't know, like, so these are, what are they called? These are infrared cameras, which would mean that's why they're in black and white, I believe.
Wouldn't that be more like
Um,
night vision? Infrared, I guess. Yeah. So it's
like
showing no
shapes
heat.
like this, they weren't discussed in the thing given to Congress about like the
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a shape like this for a spaceship. Now, it could be a saucer that um we think is a saucer because it's spinning so fast. It doesn't look like that. But I like to name it the Starfish UAP. I don't know if anybody's done that yet, but I'm going to take credit. That's what I'm going to do.
common types of things that people see. Like a starfish thing. I've never heard of that before.
Nope, either.
This one is just like
Far off
really
orb.
like it's like really redacted.
Yeah, no, we're not watching.
Here's
Oh.
another one, super
Kind of-
redacted.
Now, is that a Klingon ship or a boomerang? More Klingon, maybe in stealth mode. I don't know. That's interesting shape right there. You redacted all the stuff so you can't tell any of like where it was, the distance, the speed, none of that.
I mean, I don't know what this is. This
Klingon.
could be like a plane. Another one,
Kind of far away.
really highly redacted. Like these could be pretty easily like spoofed or something. Then
Yeah.
again, I haven't done.
He seems terrified. Either terrified he's getting played, most likely terrified he's getting played because he keeps saying that, or I don't know, maybe just terrified of it could be real.
A reverse image search on these. And
Dark
another
as
one.
hell.
I mean,
why are
more
you? If you have better
redactions,
stuff, why would you be
more
sending
lights.
this?
These like the thing is with these images, they don't really tell us much. Like we can't really infer much information from these.
It's like so far
This
away. Mork's
maybe that's
egg.
in the water or something. I don't know.
That's pretty
another
dope
one.
looking. Oh, wait a minute. Go back just for a second, dude. I mean, it looks cool. What are you doing? Look at that. I don't know if these are all night vision or infrared. I wish he put little something about each. Left one redaction off to tell us what camera they're using. But it does look like it has a tail. And you could see in it that, oh, sorry. I was trying to zoom in a little bit, but it does look almost saucer shaped. Must be pretty big.
Another one.
Crucifix looking one. I don't know. I don't know.
So this one's a bit weird. I haven't seen anything like this
No.
before. Like I'm pretty sure that it's like a little thing with 4 legs sticking out of it. Heavily redacted again. Nothing like this is mentioned in the Immaculate Constellation report that was
No.
given to Congress.
Which
Like
I can,
any shapes like this.
there's multiple
And then
ones.
there's another image of them like, I don't know, twirling away or something.
I mean, you do have people that say, you know, they saw a great big cross in the sky. Who's to say it's not one of these alien ships?
It's so weird. Weird.
That's a good
And
one.
then
That's a clear shot. Look at that one. I mean, it's not clear, but it's the best one we've gotten. And saucer shaped. I mean, that one's pretty interesting looking.
This one's a bit interesting. It looks like it's. I'm not exactly sure what sort of. Well, I guess this is an infrared camera, so this might be like maybe the best like close up like infrared that I've seen of
Yeah.
some sort of disc. I guess you can kind of see like
Different chambers.
paths or patterns like going
Yeah.
on here. Heavily redacted once again.
Now look at that's clear.
And then just a ball.
Just a ball, dude. It's an orb. Come on.
Yep. Nothing new there. Kind of nothing special there.
That's a weird one.
And then yeah, some more weird stuff. I mean, these don't really seem to deviate from stuff that we've already seen. Kind of to show some of these. Maybe it's to kind of like a foot in the door phenomenon thing. Like if I share these and then like nothing happens to him, then maybe he'll send me more stuff.
Maybe
Pinning he's legit.
this one though, to me, I mean, it is interesting looking. You have shadow. We have seen orbs before. I mean, that airport, it definitely had orbs, which I can look up. I think it was in Manchester Airport. Do you like how it comes up? I put in, Mance Raider. It comes up because that's what I search mostly, is stuff like that. But anyways, and okay, there is a Manchester Airport. Maybe I'm thinking of some different one. Let's see. Oops. Orb on runway. Was it Manchester? Maybe I'm wrong with where it was. Nope, there it is. This, I'm sorry. To me, this is one of the better. It was back in June of 24. One of the better sightings. There's video of this one. Probably only see people's videos about it. Yeah, they're talking about that stuff. Where's the orb one though? Nope, nothing about the orb. Of course not. Enter UK opens new security areas. 1 day ago, new security. A little scared about the old orb. Sightings claims. Let's see. This is just a little about it. Okay, maybe not anything good. Like, this is the footage someone took, though. Like, outside maybe a window. I think it was a pilot who did it. This orb literally lands and then, like, takes off in front of these people. It's insane. Yeah, like that's one of the pilots taking the picture. I mean, look at that thing. It's crazy. I don't know. Everyone just kind of swept by that one. I thought it was pretty intense. And you guys aren't seeing it. God damn it. Oh man, I'm terrible at this. Let's see if I just do that. No, for some reason this one opens in a different one. But it is from a pilot's cockpit. They took the picture. This is, I think, another view from. I don't know if this is from the pilots. Oh, it goes to the same one, so it's nothing major. But we're gonna look at it real quick. Yeah, that guy, for the whistleblower for the Constellation, he needs to be giving us something more. I need definitely something more to believe that that's real footage. There we go. All right. So that's the orb. I believe taken by a pilot. Right, because you see it in this one. If I can get that stuff to drop. It's out the window, and the orb is over here, I believe. Yeah, because those are those same cluster of. Yeah. So this is, I think, zoomed in, but that's the orb. It's off the ground, shadow below it. I don't care what anybody says. That thing is insane looking to me. So this is someone who took like, okay, so where everything is on the actual airport, where the because I think it landed somewhere like over here or over here, maybe over here. But I don't know. I personally just think it's awesome. Yeah. So this person, where is it? Someone says looks like a balloon with a story attached that the evidence eventually doesn't back up. A balloon that was agitated and elevated by the jet wash from KLM 73. So yeah, that's what the person's trying to say. Is it just a balloon? And then you have the I see no evidence. I see no evidence. Of course you don't. I don't know. But that's the show for this season. Blue Orb is good. Apparently there are a lot of similar sightings there. Yeah. And there's a lot of sightings of orbs all over the place. That looks like the Langfowlers. I don't know that one. Sorry, buddy. But we're going to call it an evening. I know it's a little short of a show tonight, but I'm all by myself. I'd like to thank Mr. Grant. No, just kidding. Machismo, you know, Tina's son for having a party tonight because that's more important than me. Anyways, you know, congratulations though. Seriously. I heard he's really tall and big, so I don't want him to want to kick my ass. But I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Sorry I haven't been around on Saturdays. Hopefully after the ultrasound and blood test and all that stuff they're going to be doing, we'll find out more. But I feel halfway decent right now. So thank you to everybody. You guys have a great night. See you hopefully on Tuesday. Talk a song of ice, a spork of ice and fire, or maybe Harry Potter. You don't know. It might be a new. I want to add more fantasy stuff to it, so we might be starting to read books that like Stig has recommended and stuff like that. And then on Thursday we have our not yet titled stream. I think I might just keep it that not yet titled, where we're doing Hollywood again, anime, stuff like that, but also talking about all the crappy stuff out of Disney Plus and what they're doing to all our modern myths and comics, stuff like that. Like I'm hoping the Superman one's good, but I've heard some weird things on that too. You could, it's like no, I would think it would go up. Yeah, dude, you're always welcome. Whatever you want. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you can do that, jump on that show too. Where have all the Waltons gone? That's what I want to know. Where have all the Waltons gone? Good night, everybody.
Welcome to Aluminum Spork, where mysteries come to talk.
AI's scared of sports.
From
They can't make
ancient
them.
cities underground to UFOs that float around. Giants of the past, prophetic signs that last, archaeological fights, and strange unexplained lights.
Good night, my
Aluminum
friends.
Spork.
Stay safe.